Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of CamLogic's Tech Tuesday. My name is Rob Carver and I'm an applications engineer at CamLogic. Tech Tuesday is our free weekly 30-minute tips and tricks webinar, and today's topic is ESPRIT, programming made simple with automated feature recognition. But first, let's familiarize everyone with CamLogic. CamLogic has been in the CAD/CAM CAE space for over 35 years. The company was established 16 years ago, initially focused on CAM, servicing mainly the tool and die shops in the area. As the market has evolved, CamLogic has evolved, interestingly working our way backward from manufacturing to the conception of the idea or design. Because we started toward the end of the process and worked our way to the beginning, CamLogic has a fundamental knowledge of what has to be done to assure that each step of the process will result in a product that will actually work or fit into the next phase of development. CamLogic has chosen to represent software and tools that enable our customers to fulfill the full cycle of product development. We consider ourselves integrators and partners for our customers, not just resellers. CamLogic employs a three-legged stool strategy. We partner with Siemens, offering the complete integrated Siemens portfolio for design, machining analysis, and data storage and retrieval. We partner with 3D Systems for 3D printing and rapid prototyping, and Romer and Creaform for 3D scanning for inspection and quality. Now that you've heard a bit about CamLogic, let's move on to today's topic, ESPRIT. ESPRIT was developed by DP Technologies, which is a worldwide corporation headquartered in the USA. With a support system that is second to none, DP Technologies ensures that the user can overcome any obstacle and successfully accomplish the required tasks efficiently, easily, and repeatedly. ESPRIT allows the user to easily create templates, capture processes, tools, and machine setups to build a knowledge base specific to your company's needs. DP Technology works with manufacturers of milling and turning machine tools and wire EDM machines to ensure compatibility. The programmers of DP Technology create post-processors that are tested by each manufacturer and debugged to ensure the user satisfaction. DP Technology works with the manufacturers to guarantee that ESPRIT will run smoothly on new machine models. And in November of 2005, Auton merged with DP Technologies. Auton was a leading developer and supplier of CAM software for mold and model making based out of Florence, Italy. The company accumulated extensive expertise and built comprehensive technology within the areas of 3-axis, 5-axis, and high-speed machining. This rounded out ESPRIT's repertoire and brought ESPRIT to the forefront of the industry. So let's start our demo. This is this window is the main window that you would get when you're opening up an ESPRIT part file. You want to notice that you have all of these different files, file types available. ESPRIT will open up anything without any problem whatsoever. And so what we would normally do, bringing in any kind of a customer's part file. This is just a typical part model. You know, it has typical features that you would find on any mold or prismatic part, machine part, typical. But you also notice that, like any customer data, it's probably not going to come in on the orientation that you would like it to. But this is not really an issue, not really a problem, because it's very easy to manipulate the model to orient it in the proper manner. Okay, now we have it situated the way we want it to be situated. One of the next things that we'd want to do is set up our stock display. In ESPRIT, keeps their interface very simple by multi-functions underneath all of the different buttons that you would push. Here we're going to create our stock from a block. We're going to just basically select our model, and you'll see that it automatically created a rectangular block that envelops the part file. I can make that transparent, and just so that I would have a little bit more stock to hold on to, I'm going to adjust this size here a little bit. Say I want to put it into a vise or something of this sort. Okay. So there's my stock, and if I hit my display, okay, there's my rectangular block enveloping my part. Okay. But it would be kind of nice to see my part. So we'll go back into our stock setup, and this time I'm going to create a target from solid. All right, and I'm not going to make it transparent this time, but I'm going to give it a contrasting color. Okay, and now when I go into my simulation, I should see my part enveloped by the stock. Okay? So one of the next things we want to do to help organize our work, and we'll get to the meat of our demo here in just a second, but we want to create some layers. ESPRIT is very easy to work organized. It comes with one default layer, and you can set up these layers and then save it off as a template, so that you only really need to do this really one time. If you need to repeat any kind of operation, you probably should consider creating saving your part file off as a template. And we're going to have one more here. Smash. We'll use that in just a second. Oh yeah, one more. Okay. We have features and geometry. There is a difference between the features and geometry. And I'll explain that in just a second. Right now we're going to make the feature layers our current layer. Okay, and we can cycle through those by just simply going up here. We don't have to bring this screen up every time. We can cycle through it right here. Okay, and I can manually create a feature. Like this, and so now I have this profile here, and it's on my feature layer. If I make a mistake, I don't have my feature active here, it's very easy. I can move this. ESPRIT makes it so easy to organize your work. It's not difficult at all. I can change this to the solids layer if I wanted a feature layer. Okay, but I'm going to keep it under the feature layer. And there's another type of I need to create, for a future reference here, I need to create a drive curve. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to smash my geometry. I'm going to extract some curves and edges off of here, off of this model. So what I want to do, and again, notice that under just the copy function, all the different options that we have available. And again, this is how ESPRIT keeps things, how ESPRIT keeps its functionality, its main screen very simple by multi-functionality underneath the different menus. And we're going to do a smash geometry, and what that is we're just going to extract some wireframe geometry out of it. Okay, and now you see our wireframe appear on the screen. All right? And if we didn't want to see that, we could simply turn it off using the layers. Okay? So now let's change our feature. I want to create another feature right now. I want to create a face profile using that arc. Okay. And you notice when it gives you a feature, it also gives you, I don't know if it's very clear or not, but you can see there's a drive arrow giving it the direction. In this particular case, I want to change that direction. So what I'm going to do up here, get my reverse direction and select the chain, and now you see that my direction on that curve is reversed. Okay? All right, now we could go through and we could create all of our features manually like this, but this is supposed to be automated feature recognition. So what we're going to do is do some automated feature recognition. I've selected my face profiles. Hit OK. And there it's created all my face profiles, all my let's do another one again. If I wanted to create the pockets, there we go. There we go. That's what we want. So now I have all these face profiles that I've created by automated feature recognition. I've also created all these pockets through automated feature recognition. Okay. So now we can go through, we can also, if you notice, I have, it's created some holes, and under these holes, it has picked out all the geometry, the depth of the hole, the diameter of the hole, the counterbore diameter, and the counterbore depth. Underneath hole 2, which are these countersunk holes here, gives me the depth, gives me the diameter, the chamfer diameter, and the angle of the chamfer. And it also gives me my toolpath in between each hole. Okay. So this really saves quite a bit of time in the automated feature using automated feature recognition for the milling. Okay. Now, one more thing that we want to try to do, or I want to do, I'm going to create some geometry. Now, the difference between a feature and geometry is you create features for machining. You create geometry to help you create create a rectangle out here. Now I want to create a feature on that rectangle. Okay. And there's my face profile, or my stock profile, if you will, for facing later on. So now, you know, one of the things you want to do, again, going back to organizing some of your work, it's very easy. these features that we've created. Okay. There's outer. Oh. Our profile. Rename. Large pocket. Rename that one slot. And like this one, small pocket. Call that one bore. And here's our island profile. All right, you get the idea. It's very, you go through and you know, it's easy, very easy to create your features. If you decide that there's a chain or feature that you don't need, you simply delete it. Okay. Now, one of the things, it's very easy in ESPRIT to create your tools. We can go into some of the milling tools. We're going to need a face mill. Bring that back up on my screen. Here's our tool menu. We go through and give it our home positions, the taper sizes, shank sizes, tool diameter, what type of inserts you have, so on and so forth. And this would be the main screen that you'd go through and create your tools with, and all the tools that you would need in succession. But again, one of the things that ESPRIT allows us to do is once we've created those tools, we can save them off onto a file. And again, using templates and you know, why create all this stuff each and every time you need to use it? Create it once, save it off into a file, and just import it in. Okay, very easy. Let's create an operation right here. I want to do facing. There we go. Top facing. We select off of our list. It's already there. ESPRIT remembers as you're creating your operations and whatnot. It remembers previous menu entries. Okay, so a lot of these have already been filled out. And again, this is another way that ESPRIT allows you to very quickly and easily program your part. And let's see, let's delete that boundary, and I want to use Auton profile. Hit OK. And you can see from our toolpath here that that's just how fast ESPRIT allows you to program your part. Now, what I'd like to do, I've got this, and this is the basic way that you go about developing your program. I have a part a little bit more developed. Okay, that we can play right from the beginning. And as you can see, you know, this area down in here, this would be clamped up in your vise. Okay. This toolpath that's playing right now, this is kind of showcasing ESPRIT's profit milling. It's similar to trochoidal machining in the high-speed machining that is common in a high-speed mold industry today with high-speed machining. It gives a very efficient tool path that is easy. It's easier on the tool and keeps your tool life up. So it reduces the cost of the machining by saving on your tool life. Now here's that profile. We use that drive curve to allow the tool to follow this path down. Now there's a rest milling operation. You get the idea. And we can stop that. Next thing we want to do is automated feature recognition in a turning environment. Now here I've got a template already set up. It's got my stock already set up. Okay. And again, this is a template that I saved off. Here's my tools already in my template. I don't have any features or operations as of yet. The other thing I have some views set up in my template to help me, to aid me in going around here. So the only thing I really need to do is to bring my part file in, my part into my template and orient it with my stock. So if you've got very repetitive jobs, so your stock size is always the same size, this would be a perfect application for a template. Okay. So now let's do some automated feature recognition in a turning. Okay. Go up to our turning profiles, and under our menu here, we can do full OD, ID, front face, back face. We can create geometry, or we can create features. And the profile location, top, bottom, or both. This, if you have a lathe that's got an upper turret, then or a milling head, then you'd want your profile at the top. If you have a lower turret, you'd want it at the bottom. If your machine happens to have both an upper and a lower turret, or a milling head and a lower turret, then you put your profile on them both. We're just going to use it on the top here, and I'm going to go to the front face, and I'm going to create a feature. Okay, and if I zoom in here, I can see, you see that I've got chain 1 right here. Okay, let's create another one. Again, use our automated turning features, turning profiles. Just select our face, and there's chain 2. Okay, let's go to the top view, turning profiles. This time I want to create some geometry. Give it the OD and select the entire solid body. Okay. Now this is my masks toolbar, where I can turn on, like the layers, I can turn on and turn off different features. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got to hit OK in order to get that. All right. Notice that I didn't get any features in my feature tree here. Okay. But I did get geometry. Let's turn this back on. Go back to our turning profiles. This time I want an ID, geometry, and again, select my solid body, hit OK, and there's my geometry that I'm going to use to create my features. Auto chain. So here we have this. Now I want to extend this. I want to extend this chain here, but not include this groove area here. So the manual chain. Select my lines. Now when I hit chain 3, all of that OD is under chain 3. So here again, I can start renaming these. So this is going to be my front OD, and this was my rear face. Whoops, I gotta be able to spell first. Rear face. Front face. Okay. I'm going to create our chain for our groove. Okay. Let's go in here, create our rear OD, because eventually we're going to have to turn this part around and machine it. But again, notice that our line's going the wrong way. When we turn this around, we're going to want to machine it in that direction. So let me reverse that by selecting that chain in the reverse direction. It's just that easy. So rename this rear OD. Do a couple more here. All right. That's the rear OD, or rear ID, sorry. Finally, that one's the front ID. And again, notice that we need to reverse the direction on this line here. Hit reverse key, and that's done. Okay. So there's all of our features. Using automated feature recognition, it was a very simple thing to come up with all the geometry that we needed. Let's create a path real quick. Oh, got to select a feature. Okay, thank you very much. Front face, roughing, rough front face, front finish. There we go. Select your strategy here. We're going to face it. Finish pass, yes. leave our stock. I think everything looks pretty good from here on out. I don't know whether that was too quick or not, but we did have some stock on the front of this. And during a turning operation, ESPRIT shows us, without going into the simulation, what material is going to be removed. Let me go into a simulation. Yeah, again, it was a little bit too fast. But ESPRIT shows you, as you're creating your paths, ESPRIT shows you what material is being removed. Okay. And again, I have a part that's a little bit more developed. And as again, you can see as our stock is being turned, it shows us what is being removed without actually having to go into simulation. Okay. Now, I do want to run these toolpaths and show you a simulation, because this is what this is showing is that we have a collision. Okay. And this is one of the advantages of ESPRIT simulation. It will show you where your tool collisions are occurring. If we go to our operations menu, okay, we can see that it's flashing between in our grooving tool. So if we, everything looks like it's right here with our stock, so perhaps the problem is in our tool. If I go into my tool menu, perhaps I need a little bit more room here in between my holder and my tool. So if I type in 375, let's try 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Now we see that our part completed successfully. Okay, and it's ready to go on to the next operation. All right. This pretty much concludes this portion of our demo. So let me get back to my PowerPoint. And as you can see, ESPRIT is very easy to use. However, we can't emphasize enough the importance of training to get the most out of today's technology. Investment in professional software training offers an immediate payback from day one. It's well documented that training helps improve speed of use, increases efficiency, provides faster problem resolution, and leads to fewer support calls, all of which positively affects company productivity, your return on your investment, and the bottom line. At CamLogic, we offer a wide variety of hands-on, instruction-intensive courses for users at every level. Training is available at the on-site location of your choice or at one of our training labs located throughout the Midwest. For more information or to register, please visit our website. And today's webinar can be found on YouTube, usually within 24 hours of the broadcast. Check out CamLogic on YouTube for past webinars as well. And thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me at any time, and be sure to visit our website at www.camlogic.com. We can also be found on LinkedIn, Blogger, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And this concludes today's edition of Tech Tuesday. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a great day.